Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we will be doing something that I've been wanting to do for a while, and since I'm getting a new harness again, even though like 3 videos ago I got another harness that didn't end up working, so I'm getting another one sent to me, and since it's been a while I might as well just upgrade. So I'm going coil and plug, ITB, the full setup, and I even got my valve covers powder coated and hydro dip, so I'll show you guys that right now. So before I got them powder coated, they were peeling. I could touch the surface and the paint would just come off. It was very, very ugly. There was a guy, maybe 30 minutes from me. He powder coated it to get the orange, and then he hydro dipped it to get the carbon, and then clear coated it, and it just looks amazing. So with ITB setup and this and the new wiring harness, it's gonna look really, really good in the engine bay. Yep. Dang, that thing flew across the map.
It doesn't matter because you're not using MAF anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, so say goodbye to the MAF.
Since this car's been down, I don't know if I showed you guys this, but I got a aftermarket fuel pressure regulator with a little gauge on it so I can see the fuel pressure. So where this stays, it stays right here. And maybe since this is out of the way, I'll have room to actually see what this gauge says when I'm driving. The guy who installed this, I was trying to figure out what's wrong with my car. He said that I had to use a mirror just to figure out what the fuel pressure is. So that kind of sucked. Yeah. But hopefully I'll have enough room now to actually read it without using a mirror. So this is the setup that we're gonna be putting on it. It's got the, this is Dan's old setup. It's got silver top, the ITBs, the T3 adapter plate, the Piper Cross filter, which you have to oil, you said every 2,000 miles, 2,000 to 3,000 miles. And yeah, and then we got the vacuum block, which is right over there.
Let's take the strap bar off.
Okay. Damn.
Yeah, it's spicy. Now I can move this
There you go.
Just like that. See, that's why I wanted to do it.
Yeah. Oh gosh,
taking that off because these like flop down really easy. So we got this your cold start injector out, and now you just finagle this off.
Yeah, now the fuel rail is out of the way.
And then we have to do the bottom. Yeah, you thought. There we go. Holy sh! That thing looks crazy. Dude, this man torquing them down to like 900 foot-pounds.
Alright.
So now we're gonna take the, what are these, AE101s?
AE92.
Now she'll be able to come out, hopefully. Yes! Clean it off.
Intake is off.
Mm-hmm.
Looks a lot better. So we put them on while I was going to get water, and damn, that shit looks clean.
Yep.
A lot better than the intake.
Mm-hmm. Now you could run them without filters, but if you go anywhere sandy or dusty, it's gonna get in the engine.
Yeah.
So, and
probably
gonna cylinder walls. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll use the filters.
You actually don't have to run these Piper Cross series. These ones are like a whole unibody design. You can also run singular filters, like a sock. You can actually use a sock sometimes, but
there we go, socks.
In there. Yeah, you got socks.
Running a little low, but I got some.
Yeah.
I need to go get some more, but okay. And if you're liking this video, make sure to subscribe down below and like the video and join the Discord if you are new.
Only 2% of y'all parts.
Hey, I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
This time. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
You said you weren't pushing it. You lied.
Hey, I wasn't doing it that bad. Because the catch can's effective on that small little nipple there, but it's even more effective if you have like the dual thing. That's what I'm gonna do in mine. I'm gonna drill 2 holes, put A in filters.
Yeah, I ain't doing that.
Yeah, you ain't doing that. Yeah. I want to keep this car as stock as possible.
Yeah, and then look at me now. All I wanted from this thing when I got a new harness is for it to work and not catch on fire. Yeah. And a year later, now it looks like this.
And it doesn't work. And
yeah.
Who knows if it's gonna catch on fire?
I mean, at least it looks better in the garage now, right? I mean, before it looked really ugly.
So now we're gonna do the throttle cable. So whenever you're running 20 valve ITBs, the whole setup, you need to have this linkage from SQ Engineering in Australia to convert to like actually have your throttle cable, which I don't know where it is. Oh, right here.
There.
Yeah, it needs to be able to do the down pull. So on this one, there's this little rubber piece that you have to take off. So you want to get the flathead. And it's kind of difficult to do, so you just go in here and you like get into it a little bit. You start popping it off because it's actually on threads, so it's difficult to get off. Then once you get it off, pulls off just like that.
Cut it off, I'm guessing.
Yep. And then you get this piece, you put it in there, and then once you get that through, you're able to go
Thread it back in.
You get the nut, and now for the complicated part, you're gonna have to go down in the hole where the pull is. So once you feel it, you have to put it in this little slot, and it uses a barrel.
We don't have the fuel rail on or any of that other stuff, the vacuum block or anything like that, but we're just gonna test the throttle. I heard that it is a big difference, so. Wah, wah, wah. Wah, 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 wah. Hey, that's pretty sick.
You can actually hear the clicking of those hitting there. But yeah, if you look on the inside, let me get my light. But yeah, no, it looks a lot better, doesn't it? It actually looks like a real 4AGE.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Like the one from Initial D.
Yep.
Welcome back. This is day 2 of actually doing the ITB swap. Right now we did a little bit of a detour and we are taking out the transmission to put a new flywheel in and replace the input shaft seal because it's leaking a lot all over the clutch fork, and it's just, you know, I want to fix all my oil leaks so nothing leaks. So far we're actually pretty far into it. Sorry I didn't record it, but we're gonna start now. We've got the center console off. We're currently taking off the shifter. I did take off the evaporator and the fan over here so that the Piper Cross filter can fit, because before, I don't know if I said in the last video, but in the last part of the video, but these right here, there's lines sticking out of here and they were blocking the Piper Cross filter from fitting on. So I just got that off maybe 30 minutes ago. Not too hard. If you guys are trying to do this, you don't have to take off the dash, just take off the glove box. It's a little bit of finagling to get it out because of this bar right here, but it was pretty easy. We've got ARP flywheel bolts. We've got the Findanza Performance lightweight flywheel. I was gonna go with the Total one, but it was like $300 more, so, and at the time, 6 months ago, I was in a hurry to install this, so I had to get this one instead. Hopefully this one is good. If you guys have this, leave a comment down below what you think of it. We also have the brand new seals for all the doors, but that'll be for another video. I'm gonna have to make a new fuel hose line because this one is a little too short. I think I'm gonna get the hose from Flows because I think they have like your build your own type of kit. I got this like $10 breather off Amazon. Fits pretty well. This will hold this breather valve in the meantime until I get the catch can. I guess I'll put it over here or something. Oh, we're loosening them up again?
No, we're tightening it. Wait. Shut up. Ah, God, dude. You know how like it's like barely tight, but then it's not tight, and then it slips off the nut. And
oh, you scared me with that.
Yeah.
It's tight and then it's not tight. That's a lot more of a slip off the nut, man. That's